Welcome here, everyone, to the Play versus Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools Grand Finals of the Central Division. I'm very excited to be here for the Rocket League 2v2 action. My name is Orbital. With me is Billy0624, and we will be your casters for this matchup. Billy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is Billy Side. I'm from Special Olympics New York. I've been part of Special Olympics since March of 1999. I'm on 6 councils within Special Olympics. I'm the first Rocket League Gaming for Inclusion champion, so I have that much bragging rights right now. And I did shoutcasting for Microsoft in 2023 when I went to LA and interviewed a bunch of athletes from WWE, NFL, and the gaming world, and I can't wait to get this started.
Of course, we have two amazing teams here today. It's Triad High School coming out of the Illinois section and then going up against Canute High School, who came out of Oklahoma. Both teams making it here and hopefully going to be very, very entertaining. We just got to see the Eastern Division Grand Finals, which came out to be a Noblesville High School falling to Pine Grove High School in a 4-0 fashion. So very much congratulations to Pine Grove there. But here today, we'll see if they can pull it off. Are we expecting another 4-0? Are we expecting a little bit closer matchup? What do you think, Billy?
I'd like to see a closer matchup. That wasn't fair in the first game, seeing a major blowout there. So as long as they play defense, this game could go to 7 games, and I would like to see that.
All right, well, let's see if they can do it, because of course, whenever it comes to these competitions, it comes down to just that: competition, excitement, and friendship. Unified Sports brings the best of sports to even more people by placing athletes with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team. Through Unified Sports, you too can see what Special Olympics is all about.
Unified Sports is a unique opportunity to bring a competitive sport to a population that hadn't had that before.
That's what makes sports so powerful. It makes kids from all different backgrounds. It allows them to be spotlighted.
Unified Sports is the activity, I think, in a school that grabs everyone together. Whether they're participating on the field or watching from the sidelines, it gets everybody pumped and excited in seeing what Special Olympics really is all about.
And of course, we know that the players are excited to get underway. Once again, it is going to be Triad High School going up against Canute. And we saw some of the aerials come out of Alter in the previous matchup. Do we get to see it? Because I know you were talking about defense, Billy, but I mean, you still need some offense in there. So do you just kind of bide your time and wait, or do we see a lot of these players just aim for the goals right off the bat and then get back on defense afterwards?
Aim for goals and get right back on defense. Okay. I mean, defense is the key. So you have defense, yep, you're good. But I could see them, if you play aggressively and just score all the time, it'll be blowout.
All right, well, let's see what they can do here. We are underway into game right away, and we're going ahead and taking a look here. I do believe that Canute are in the blue. Canute High School are going to be in there, and then in the orange is going to be Triad High School, so they're going to try their best, but a quick little demo. Start things off here. Seeing both teams, a 2v2 is actually going at it very, very quickly, and you mentioned this before, Billy. When it comes down to the 2v2s, you got to be a lot more explosive, but a lot more reactive in how you play.
Yeah, you do. That's the thing with the 2v2s. You have to have someone on offense and someone on defense. And right now, these two teams are just feeling each other out right now.
The feeling out period could go ahead for a little bit of time. At the same time, we could always see a little bit of a breakaway. Right now, it is just testing the waters. Comfortability, though, sustainful here for Unified. Canute waiting for an opportunity. Tries a shot on the net, but it bounces right off the crossbar. So Wheelchair holding on to that pedal to the metal piece. But the ball getting dropped kind of midway means Triad High School aren't able to build an offensive of their own, so they're going to have to play defense. And maybe they've done it. A ball streaking high and wide, and that is net. Zane going ahead and picking up goal 1.
Nice shot from Zane from the other end, and it went in. That was a nice shot from the back end of his car.
I mean, that was so good as well. And you mentioned defense, Billy, and that was the amplification and the personification of defense will win games. Zane was quite literally in their own net, boosted that ball out of there, and took it in their own very comfortable goal to start things off. Let's see if Triad High School can continue that level of aggression. Remember, it was Unified Canute who were really in that driver's seat for quite a long time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Canute bided their time, and Triad just said, if there's an open shot, we're going for it, and they did. And right there, Zane, once again, scored the second goal as we're talking right now.
And I like this because you got to see, I believe it was Andrew, that kind of bounced it off that side wall, and you could see the ramp up from Zane. Beautiful passing play there. And Unified Canute looking a little bit rough here, but Triad High School really starting things off with a very quick bang. Already about 2 minutes away, so Triad High School feeling comfortable with their lead of 2. Oh, what an opportunity, though. Rolls right by Zane. Great deterrent.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a great shot.
Oh!
Right there. Ooh! Oh, that was a nice shot from right there on the side from Sustainful. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it at all. I thought Zane was able to clear it out, but Sustainful was right there and waiting, said, hey, I know exactly who's going to be coming my way. And it was perfect. Really, really well done to Unified Canute, making sure to keep themselves in this game. And of course, with that idea in mind, you keep it within a 1-goal score. I always say 2 is feeling okay. 3 is comfortable once you start to get that 3-goal difference. Triad High School, they're in that kind of rougher side. They scored 2 early, but now they got to try and get their 3rd. Open net sprint back right now as Andrew is going to try and get back on defense. Rolls on high. Zane kicks it out, so it is going to be a mini save coming out at Triad High School.
Yeah, once again, defense is the key. If you have the defense, you'll be good throughout the whole game.
See if they can do so right now. Ball rolls right in front of Unified Canute's goal. Not really in front or close to being shot, but that ball there was Sustainful. Wasn't even sure that would work, but pinches it off the side, sends it. Such a crazy momentum, wild goal there to tie it up.
His momentum got him forward, and Sustainful once again scored, and we have a little 2-2 tie.
Very, very nice job, and this is kind of what we saw in the Eastern Division as well. Here in the Central, it's going to be a test for the ages, right? This is where things kind of make or break out. Zane trying to steal the ball away, but isn't really able to pick it up. Full boost coming out for Andrew's side, and that ball rolling right in front of net. It is going to go in. Zane comfortably battles it out to keep Triad High School in the lead.
This is what I asked for. You know, no blowouts. You know, there's each one is picking up shots and scoring goals.
If you see this just continuing to be this shot-for-shot blow, Sustainful, looking for an open net, and actually slows it down in a perfect pace off of kickoff. Sustainful, 3 goals and 3 shots, the absolute star for Unified Canute.
Oh, absolutely. Unified Canute, Sustainful is showing no mercy, and he's doing a tremendous job right now.
Let's see how well this plays out here. High ball, kind of branched on the ceiling. And again, with a minute and a half, it's doable, but that's Wheelchair to try and make that goal happen. Not going to work, though, but it was so close. You get another chance here a little bit later on, but a minute and a half left. Zane going to try and drop that ball right in the net. Sustainful with the save. And you know they're going to try and rush this towards the net. Zane going to try and challenge, and perfect save on both ends.
No, that was beautiful saves on both ends, and that's the key is, you know, if you save the ball and scoring goals, that's the name of the game.
I mean, hopefully they're going to do even more here. Because right now, both teams do understand that they're up against very strong opponents. For the most part, though, this has been Unified Canute to be a little bit more aggressive, and now they try and get a flip. Flip goes high, though, as Wheelchair wasn't able to angle it down, so it's not going to go towards a comfortable corner of that net. Instead, Sustainful is going to try and challenge one more time. Zane able to eke it out here, though. And it is going to be a challenge. Triad still have 45 seconds to play with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 45 seconds left. There's still time left in the game to score goals.
Of course, right now, this is, as time winds down, an opportunity on both ends. Off the crossbar is going to be Andrew trying to pick this one up. They're going to go ahead and roll it on over, but Wheelchair is able to pick it up. Zane now going to do their best to divert. We're down to the last 20. Let's see who comes out with this game number 1. And so far, it might be looking like we're going to another OT. Eyes on the prize here. Let's flip over. Sustainful looking, but a great defense once again by Zane. 5 seconds left here in regulation. Let's see if they can carry it on. Zane, though, now rushing towards the front. Nice save coming out. Sustainful. We go to OT.
That was close. I thought at least we'd see a goal right there, but nope. We're in sudden death overtime.
And I mean, last time it went on for a while. Great save by Zane yet again. Sustainful and Zane are going at it like cats and dogs. They are fighting every single inch of this field. Ball dropped right in front, though. Andrew not able to really pick up any head of steam. Full boost available. Zane challenged by Sustainable in the middle, but no one in the net, so Zane scores a midfield barn burner.
That was a shot from the parking lot from Zane. That was a beautiful shot. And Triad's up 1-0 in the best-of-7 series.
I mean, amazing job right there, and I only hope to see even more, as that in and of itself was an amazing one to play for. I could not stress enough that it was looking so good, and that's what we want to see, is students really rising to the occasion, because students are the foundation of Special Olympics Unified Champion schools. Like Niobe and Christian, you can also be a voice for inclusion at school. You can be a part of the unified generation.
I am Niobe, I am 17 years old, and I am a lovable, true artist.
Follow your dreams. Don't listen to them. If they say something bad, then just ignore them. Prove them wrong.
Of course, taking a look at that previous game, it was well worth the action. OT once again. I mean, Billy, these two teams also setting up to be a very competitive best-of-7 match.
That's what I love to see, is very competitive, very aggressive, scoring goals, and playing defense.
So my thoughts here then are, how do these come about? Because going into game 2, I mean, it went so even for so long. How do you kind of break this down when both defenses are so good, and sometimes the shots are even just as? I mean, it feels like both teams are neck and neck. How do you break it open? As Zane says, that's the way to do it. Triad High School, go ahead and open up with one.
That was a nice shot from Zane, off the face-off, off the wall, and it just went in perfectly. Right timing.
Beautiful timing in its own right, and we're going to see even more here. Triad High School starting things off with a comfortable lead once again. And remember, they were up for a while as well. They were up 2, I believe, at the start as well. And then it just kind of tumbled into the tie factor. Zane and Sustainful are pretty much fighting every single moment. But at this current pace, it's going to be a comfortable one. Plenty of time to play for. Only 30 seconds so far in this game. Sustainful, though, trying to carry it onwards. Zane, though, getting ahead of the ball, able to keep it out of a comfortable shot range for Unified Canute.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the name of the game, is shot range, where you're shooting from, and if you could actually do those aerials. If you do those aerials, then you can shoot out of nowhere.
That's kind of the way that you draw information out. Huge bumps coming out here as Zane tries to get around Wheelchair. Unable to do so, though, so now Zane has to play defense. So really nice try by Unified Canute when it comes down to, why did you lose last time? Well, sometimes you just weren't getting physical enough. Maybe weren't getting those demos. Ball drops right in front. Sustainful, trying to run interference, but unable to. So Zane is able to pick up that ball once again, but out of boost means it's just a hard car roll. You can't catch that ball instead. Sustainful going to try and boost it out, but Andrew able to deter that line once again. And Zane carrying that ball with a save might look at a shot of their own.
Nice block from Zane right there. At the last moment, he was right there for the save. Nice block.
We'll see if they can do some more, but right now, that's a shot to the corner. And Sustainful able to tie things up once again. Well played on that flight path.
Bad trajectory off Zane. He tried knocking the ball out, and at the last moment, he thought he can get it, but nice shot from Canute.
I can only see this continuing onwards in a case, but that's a roller, and Andrew finding one for their own off of kickoff, no less.
That was a nice shot from Andrew right there off the face-off. No one was right there, and he little tapper, and it went in.
Yeah, I think Wheelchair was hoping to try and get a little bit of a fake. Was waiting for that ball to fly towards him, but misjudged where the ball was going to roll. So huge pickup there for Triad High School. And now they're going to look to try and maintain this lead. Zane running interference, and I'm sure Andrew will as well. Quick little taps, burst of speed to come out here. Zane tried to carry it directly in, but Wheelchair now getting in on the defensive end with a great save of their own. Sustainful going to bounce it off the back of that crossbar, but Zane was ready for it and moves it towards the goal. That is Triad's third goal this game.
Zane right there was right there at the right time. Right place, ball placement, and he shot it, and it went in. Perfect.
I mean, reading the opponent as well, being such a strength for Triad High School here. Saying, hey, we know you're going to try and challenge, but the ball's going to go a little bit flat. Ball rolling right in front of the net here, and not being able to eke it out. Wheelchair able to save it from rolling into their own net. Really nice save there by Unified Canute. They're going to go ahead, gather up most of the boost on the field, and they're not going to try and challenge more. Zane rolling on top of Sustainful, but Sustainful still getting under that ball, making sure to have pretty good control of it.
Yeah, no, that's the name of the game, is being very aggressive. If you're not aggressive first off, then, it'll be a major blowout.
Well, for right now, it's going to take a little bit of time before we see that pacing. We're at about 2 minutes into the second half of this game, and already we can see Andrew being given a lot of leniency as Zane is the one in that net trying to make sure that they don't have any problems go down. So go ahead and roll back on out, quick flick, and what a fake! The juke around gives Zane their third.
Zane juked him out of nowhere, faked him to the right. The last moment said, okay, I'm jumping. And that was a nice aerial shot from Zane.
You can only see this being such a comfortable lead now. 3 goals in hand. Triad High School really starting to come alive here. Unified Canute, Cash, and Adrian need to find some magic here if they want to get this game under the control. 3 goals. It's a little bit difficult to overcome, but it is still doable, and the flip is not going to do it. Nice bump by Andrew, assuring that the shot will not land. Andrew now trying to flick it over to Zane. Zane not really in position, so Sustainful is going to pick that one up. High ball has a boost, could do an aerial, flips to the ground, lets it roll, tried to fake, but the ball was slow. Zane able to pick it up.
That was a nice block from Zane. That was a nice one. Oh, and Zane right there after blocking the ball, shoots it right there. Zane is showing that he is the MVP of this team.
I mean, that looks amazing. What a 1-2 to themselves. And you know when a player can pull that off, it means that they practice multiple hours in this game, making sure to constantly get the basics down. Unified Canute down 4 goals. They really need a little bit of a good praise here if they want to be able to turn this game around and bring it back to an even score. Nice one, Wheelchair, midfield straight down the field.
That was a beautiful shot from Wheelchair in the midfield. That was a nice shot.
I mean, very comfortable as well. You saw they lined it up, they kicked, and they scored. That's what you need to do. Unified Canute just need a goal every about 20 seconds, and you can make it work. Right now, they're going to try and do so. Zane, though, carrying that ball out and away from their own net, now picking it up in front of Sustainful. Sustainful was trying to make a play, but couldn't have it. So now it's that ball being kind of danced around. Sustainful just kind of punting it high in the air. Finding good reach. Zane willing to kind of burn time here, and this is the right thing to do. With a 3-goal lead, as you called, play good defense, Billy. Just keep playing defense, and you'll win the game.
Yeah, defense is the key, especially right now. If you have defense and you score very aggressively, you can score a lot of goals.
We'll see if they can keep this up. 24 seconds left. Triad High School. They're about to go 2-0 in this best of 7 series, and what a way, Zane!
Ooh.
Zane traced where that ball was going to land and waits for the perfect goal 6.
You couldn't do anything about that one. Bad placement from wheelchair and sustainful bounced off of them, and Zane just scored it right in front of their net, and they're up 6-2.
I mean, so well done right there, and I can only expect them to continue in their pressure right now. Triad High School looking like the superior squad coming out of Illinois. They want to make a lot of noise as they are going to put themselves in a 2-0 position, just needing a few more games, 2 more to be exact, before they are the Play versus SOUCS 2v2 Rocket League Central champions.
Wow, that was a nice shot from Zane right there. 7-2, that was beautiful.
And they looked great while doing it as well. I mean, right now, the Triad High School looking like a powerful duo here. And I mean, they had, what, 6 shots on goal? Actually, more than that, 9 for the 2 of them. And it was very, very well done. So I hope to see a little bit more as well coming out here. We still have more games to play, but I do want to give a big shout out again to the Play Versus and to the SOUCS coming together shoulder to shoulder, providing competition on the same level. That is what the Special Olympics North America is all about. Unified Esports provides Special Olympics Unified Champion schools across the country with an additional opportunity to develop sportsmanship, build team bonds, and create a community for athletes and partners to connect.
Special Olympics North America reached out and asked if we wanted to try this pilot program, our pilot eSport Play Versus with some of our high school programs. And right away I wanted to jump into it. It's just a great opportunity for the schools, the teams, to see like them come together and play sports shoulder to shoulder. It was awesome.
I have made new friends, meet new people. It's been an interesting ride so far. We just went from being online to a classroom to a different classroom and somewhere different. It's a good way for everyone to meet each other, good way for people to know more, get to learn about each other, and a good way of people just getting along.
I mean, working inside of the SOUCS, Billy, you've done this for quite some time, and you mentioned your impressive record. What's it like, working with those maybe in different positions than you're used to? I mean, going from as a gamer and a champion now to being on some of those boards, on some of those committees. What's been one of the more difficult challenges that you had to overcome there?
Trying to create a timeline and an agenda and everything like that, being on the councils and everything like that. And just following a list of what you got to do.
Being able to commit to that process and also probably holding the meetings as well, and I think that's really impressive. Again, this organization has been around, and for those that might be a little bit new to the SOUCS, the Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools is a strategy for schools pre-K through university that intentionally promotes meaningful social inclusion by bringing together students with and without intellectual disabilities to create accepting school environments. The core of the programming is Special Olympics Unified Sports and activities where students of all abilities play on the same court, the same field, and today playing on the same screen. The SOUCS program has been around since about 2008 and is generously supported by the U.S. Office of Special Education Programs at the Department of Education. Over 8,300 schools across the U.S., including 49 states, the District of Columbia, and the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, have SOUCS programming, which has led to over 19 million inclusive experiences for students, which a lot of those being championed by yourself, Billy, on those committees, which again, fundamentally amazing job there, and hopefully continuing to expand even further. I mean, this initiative already reaching pretty much all the states. How much further do you think this is going to go? I'm kind of curious. Do you have further goals for the SOUCS?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're doing wonderful to schools and everything like that. So I'd say they keep on with the goals and what they want to do. This can go worldwide and internationally.
Yeah, I mean, ever since September of 2021, Play Versus launched a national partnership with Special Olympics North America. The partnership focused primarily on growing Special Olympics Unified Esports, which combines students with intellectual disabilities from the Special Olympics athletes and students without intellectual disabilities that are the unified partners on inclusive esports teams. That's actually what you're seeing here today. Just as well, through the strategic and innovative collaboration, Play Versus serves as the official special operator for the Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools, a national high school esports league in the U.S., which is awesome as well, and I'm very, very excited for. While we go ahead and talk about that, we are going to go to a very short break and make sure the teams are ready to go. Once we are back, we will have Game 3 for your viewing pleasure. Please don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. We are in for game number 3. Triad High School currently in the lead with a 2-0 in this best of 7 series. They're hoping to do even more work here as Unified Canute are trying to work their way back up, because if they lose this game, they'll be on match point and they will have to reverse sweep to come back to victory. Sustainful, understanding that very well, gets goal number 1 of the game.
Nice ball placement from Sustainful in the upper corner, and they're up 1-0.
I mean, that was a beautiful shot. Very nicely done. And again, that was based off of a challenge that Triad High School had kind of placed off kickoff. I believe Triad High School had a majority share of that ball in their possession. And the fact that Unified Canute was able to fight it off was very good. Now Zane trying to challenge in a 1v1. Not finding it right away, but a quick boost and a miss by Andrew. Zane getting back to it, punts it right back out over Wheelchair. Wheelchair almost no boost. That means Zane can kind of come over and take over it, but it's a little bit high off the crossbar. Good save by Sustainful.
That was a beautiful save by Sustainful. He knew where to go, and he was right there at the right time.
Let's see if we can do a little bit more now. Quick eyes out. A little bit of a pace of play here as Unified Canute really chasing after everyone, it feels like. I'm really, really curious. Triad High School, they've been a little bit quiet. Zane hasn't really found the momentum. See if they can find it here. Zane with a great save. Make sure that ball gets kicked out, but Wheelchair was ready. Midfield being covered, and Unified Canute looking better and better.
Yeah, no, Canute is showing right now. They're up 1-0. They continue the way they are. You know, this could be a Canute win.
We could see it at the same time. It might be a little bit more difficult as we already lost a minute and a half. So a lot of time kind of burned off the clock here in one of our more quiet games thus far. Zane with a quick boost, though, trying to juggle right around Sustainful in Wheelchair. Not going to happen. Good bump to come out, but it isn't going to be enough. Unified Canute, though, looking pretty happy with the current state of the game. Zane, though, finds an open net, and as soon as I talk, Triad placed that goal.
Good ball placement, and Zane right there at the right moment, scored right there, and we have a 1-1 tie.
I mean, huge job there by Zane. We talked about that star. You called him the MVP, and for good reason, Billy. They are showing up here even off of kickoff, taking that ball for their own, grabbing double boost, but Sustainful with a great demo, denying any further engagement from Zane. Really, really smart job by Sustainful on that.
Yeah, that was great ball placement from Zane and, you know, Sustainful, and they're the MVPs right now of their team.
Oh, Sustainful, what a save right there. Make sure to kick that ball high into the crossbar, and Sustainful needs to get that ball out of position. Andrew and Zane kind of floating over to that left side of the field, but isn't going to be enough. Sustainful trying to dribble it in. Good challenge on the side of the ball, redirected. Andrew going to pick that one up, rolls it out on the side, but Andrew with a great demo. Not going to get twisted back. Zane going to kind of pick it up here in the midfield. Are you going to flip it over? Sustainful, and you bank it out, but it goes to the left side. Ball isn't going to go in the net just yet. What a flip and bump from behind. Zane trying their best to battle. Andrew comes flying in from the other corner from midfield, and it's a battle of the haymakers as it's going to be a jump and boost, and it's going to miss yet again. Zane now speed back. Wheelchair finds an open net, and it's going to be a goal. Unified Canute get their second of the game.
Nice shot from Wheelchair. He focused on the ball. He had Zane right behind him, and Zane didn't have enough boost enough to knock the ball out, and Wheelchair scored.
I mean, that was phenomenal. Well played and amazing by Unified Canute, especially with only 2 minutes left. Zane is going to have to try and get a miracle run here to see if they can get some magic in that face. Let's see if they can do so, but Sustainful finds another open net, and that's going to put Unified Canute in the lead. 2 goals with 1:45 left.
Canute got a talking to from their coach right now, probably telling them to play more aggressive and work on the defense and scoring goals, and Canute is showing, and they're up by 2.
I can see this continuing onwards, and this may be the right step at the right time for Unified Canute. You might be looking at this one saying, okay, what else can we do? Zane trying to carry it into the goal on their own, but not able to find it. Andrew on the back wings, ready to go. Quick little challenge, though, Sustainful. Able to get it over the heads of both players at Triad High School. Now with an open net, challenged by Wheelchair, but Sustainful doesn't get a good hit on it. Right now, it just feels like they're kind of burning time. It's a Triad High School, gonna try and make some magic happen. Zane with a shot, Wheelchair with the save.
Yeah, it was a nice shot from Wheelchair, and that was a nice one. I like that one with the bounce. And then once again, it's the aerials. If you know how to do aerials, you could deke them out of nowhere with the aerials.
It feels like it's only going to continue. Sustainful with a great little rush down here. Make sure that ball doesn't sit in front of the net. I think Andrew and Zane are kind of a little bit lost here. We haven't seen them with possession of the ball for quite some time. Sustainful letting that ball drop, bounce it off their back, and Zane punts it high. If you have enough boost, you can kind of get around. That's going to be a zip, but off the left side of the crossbar, Zane trying to set it up for Andrew, but Andrew wasn't able to get there in time, so Sustainful is able to body block. Really, really well done, and with 30 seconds left, it does feel like there's going to be an opportunity, but Andrew tries to kick it. It goes out to the right side this time. And yet again, a shot off mark, but Unified Canute have found all that they could want, as that is going to be another narrow miss. Zane not able to put that one away, so this does mean Unified Canute are going to have Game 3 to their own. Well fought and well played.
And right there at 4 seconds, Sustainful scored just to get that insurance point. And right now, looks like Game 3 will be all Unified Canute.
Yep, and in a dominating fashion, if I do say so myself, matching with the amount of goals that Triad had gotten in game number 1. This is a great statement to have from the side of Unified Canute. Very, very well played.
Very well played from Canute. They're doing defense, playing aggressively, and they're doing very good right now. And they're down, but they can come back from this.
They absolutely can, and that's kind of the thing about it. You never want to underestimate yourself. You never want to underestimate your opponents, and you always want to bring out your full potential. And that is why we say to never underestimate your potential, to also change the world. You have earned the right to be yourself, and now it's your job to ensure that all your peers are valued and included too. Just like Special Olympics founder Eunice Kennedy Shriver said, "You are the stars, and the world is watching you."
You are the stars, and the world is watching you.
By your presence, you send a message to every village,
every city,
every nation.
A message of hope.
A message of victory.
The right to play on any playing field, you have earned it.
The right to study in any school, you have earned it. The right to hold a job,
you have earned it.
Back into this series, we have a full series on our hands. Right now, it is Unified Canute that are chasing after Triad High School, but Triad High School fairly quiet in that one. Zane getting shut down quite a bit here. It seems that the defense is rattled here, Billy. We're starting to see the adjustments. A lot of those heavy, aggressive offenses starting to make their way in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm sure Canute was told by their coach that they got to play very aggressively in this game, and they just showed it why, and now they're doing a very good job right now.
Yeah, I could only foresee them continuing on in their glory. I mean, if you see Unified Canute continue with their offensive pressure, continue with their rallies and their 1-2 passes, we could see them overtake. I mean, you can go ahead and tie it up with this game as well if you're able to kind of flush in to that midfield. If you're able to kind of catch Zane off guard, hey, you can get that victory. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Game number 4 is abound here. And it looks like that's going to be a demo to come out here. It looks like there has to be a little bit of a reset as we're getting underway. Both teams want to make sure they got everyone in the lobby.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done that plenty of times in which no one was there, and I thought I had a single-handed score, and nope, it didn't count. So, yeah, that wasn't fun.
We want to make sure that there is always competitive integrity and competitive respect as well handed to all of the players here today. And I mean, they've done so much amazing work to go ahead and get here to the final stage. And that's what we love to see. We want to see even more of it, of course, later on. I mean, the play versus championships throughout, especially for the SOUCS, has been so much fun to watch over the time frame. And again, you know, it's curious. I will always say, you know, I've played a little bit in there, and I never won any championships. I barely made it out of the group stages most of the time. But Billy, you know, what was one of your favorite moments of being a champion in the Rocket League scene in the SOUCS?
Winning the first ever Gaming for Inclusion championship. That was my best favorite moment, because I got a real life, authentic WWE Championship belt. And Special Olympics is a partnership with WWE, so that was my favorite thing, was winning the WWE Championship belt that I have on my mantle right here.
That's awesome to hear. We're right back into the game. Triad High School hoping to do the exact same and earn themselves a trophy, a right earnings for this match and for this game overall. Let's see if they can do so. But of course, for Unified Canute, they are starting to ramp their way back into this match. We've seen them get a lot more aggressive. We've seen them get a lot more proactive in this game, but Andrew was hoping for a chance at the net, but right now that's an open net. On the other end, a wheelchair said thank you very much.
Nice shot, no one there, ball at the right time at the right place, and wheelchair scored, and Unified Canute is up 1-0.
I mean, that was a beautiful shot. Really, really nicely done. And again, in the 2v2s, you have to be a little bit worried. You gotta be a little bit careful. You can't get too crazy or else you leave your net open just like that. So for Triad High School, gotta go ahead and get back on defense. Zane might be able to do a 1v2 option. The Unified Canute willing to kind of buy their time here. Again, they've taken a decent amount of time. I think it at one point was about a minute per goal for themselves, so you know, a little bit longer and trying to set themselves up. Zane also trying to read this ball. It's going to drop down in the middle of their field. Sustainful is going to pick it up, though. It's going to be rounded out to the right side flank. Option with the pinch. Rolls just the wrong way, and Sustainful gets under it directly instead of on the side, so it's not going to be under the goal. But Sustainful brings it on the way back. Unified Canute put a second.
Sustainful, I mean, he's the, as I said in the first game, he's the MVP of the second game, of the third game right now, going on right now. And Sustainful is showing proper, perfect placement with the ball.
I mean, this is just creativeness at its best. Unified Canute really giving us a taste of what to expect throughout the rest of the series. What a fast run, though. Zane, like an absolute train, rolls right through the station, glides right past the defense rails, and scores Triad's first of the game.
That was a beautiful shot from Zane. He was a freight train out of nowhere and scored right there, and they're down by 1, but they can come back from this.
Oh, they absolutely can. I mean, they're going to fight. There's still plenty of time. 3.5 minutes. You can do a lot of work there. And that's an open net. Zane! Off kickoff. Caught Unified Canute a little bit by surprise. There it is right there. Sustainful went up. Such a good goal.
Nice shot. No one in net. And that could happen all the time.
It's one of those moments that you and I talked about a little bit, is always looking for the opportunities, always looking for those right moments, always looking for cracks in the armor of the defense. And if you can almost exploit those moments, you can take advantage of the game. You can take control. That is what these games are about, is understanding how to deal with your opponent. At the current pacing, though, Triad High School, they fought from behind. They're now sitting at a 2-2 stance. They need to deny further goals and also get some of their own. Slow ball roll kicked out by Zane.
Yeah, nice shot. And defense is the key right now. It's 2-2 right now, but anything could happen right now.
I'm kind of curious. It looks like they're going to try and play this one a little bit more interestingly. You can see Unified Canute maybe taking these a little bit slower, trying to set up Sustainful down the line, but Wheelchair getting challenged out by Andrew as well as Zane. It's been a difficult choice. We go ahead and head into the side as Zane once again finds the moment. A steal and a half right there.
That was a nice shot, and Wheelchair own gold. You know, that's the other thing in Rocket League, is own goals, and sometimes that happens. And right now, right chance at the right time.
Kind of hurts to see, but at the same time, it you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles. We hope to see maybe a little bit more out of them. We know Unified Canute can absolutely make their own goals happen, but Zane is starting to get into a little bit of the body action, has started kind of bullying out a few, you know, kind of muscling their way into the front. And I appreciate that you understand Unified Canute are going to double team you at times. Good save to come out of Unified Canute, but will it go any further? Zane gets clipped on their own goal, so it's going to be a chance. Wheelchair fires again, and there it is, making up for the earlier own goal. You go ahead and put it back at a tie.
That was a nice shot from Wheelchair. It bounced off. Wheelchair was right there, scored it, and we're all tied up at 3 now.
I mean, this is getting out of control here. Both teams right back almost at square one of game number 1. Triad High School. This could be something that they're, you know, maybe a little bit expected as well. You had to have researched Unified Canute. Said, okay, this team is a strong opponent. Same for Unified Canute. Ball dropping a little bit in front here. Wheelchair tried to pick it out of the 50-50, and that ball just kind of sitting in front of the net. It's so dangerous. Wheelchair was ready, though. Gets away from the kerfuffle. And Unified Canute get their 4th of this game.
Yeah, I am a huge wrestling fan, so that was like being in the Royal Rumble for WWE. That was a rumble right there. And scored at the right time, and Wheelchair scored. 4-3 Canute.
And now it's Triad. Triad needing to get into the mix and really kind of put the pedal to the metal here. We've seen them fight very hard. I mean, game 1 went 4-3. Game 2, I believe, was a 4-1 or 5-1, if you will. The rest have been a little bit rough for them, so let's see if it does change. Eyes out, Sustainful and a Wheelchair knock into each other. Wheelchair out of boost, so you're running on fumes. You're gonna find the right spot to be in. Looks like more you're just trying to position for your teammate.
Yeah, no, that's the key is product place, ball placement, and where your teammate is right there, because you and your teammate can do wonders.
Let's see if they can do a little bit more. Quick little tap. Wheelchair is going to try and sustain through. Sustainful, though. Running interference again for Sustainful. All you got to do is keep getting in front of the mix. It's going to be a miss. Open net, but no one's in the way. Andrew finally kicks it. But is Zane ready to go? Zane gets all the way back on defense, ready to pick up that ball. Is going to send it high and far. Is going to reach over. No, great save by Sustainful.
That was a beautiful save right there. Ooh, Sustainful scored. And now I have a 2-point lead. That was a nice shot from Sustainful. Bounced off the wall, and he just scored from midfield.
I mean, this is an amazing series so far. Unified Canute coming alive here and bringing us quite possibly to a 2-2 match series score. Zane, though, finds an open end of their own, brings it to a 5-4. This is doable, Billy.
This could happen. Can Triad come back? It's 13 seconds left. Can Unified Triad come back from 5-4 and score 2 goals in 13 seconds? We'll find out.
I mean, if you want to, all you need is one. All you need is one good goal. You go ahead and put yourself in a 5-5. You go to OT, and that might be the dub. Backwards roll, though, as Andrew tries to block. Down to 5 seconds. You got to get that ball in the air if you want this to continue onward. But there's a kick to finish, and that is Sustainful to go ahead and place the final goal of this game.
That was the nail in the coffin for Canute. They did it. They wanted an insurance point. They got it. They're up 6-4 with the second left, and they can go to a tie game at 2 games apiece.
I mean, so well played here from Unified Canute. We knew that they were going to fight very, very hard for this series, and I think it might have happened a little bit differently than Triad High School were expecting. Right, you look down the line, Zane struggled. 6 shots, 4 goals, but it was a difficult time.
Yeah, very difficult, very difficult. But Canute showed good offense, very aggressive on the net, and played very good defense.
And I think for Triad, we'll see if they can continue to do what they do, and maybe a few more resources in their bank, which is something that Play Versus provides. Play Versus, of course, provides the resources and handles the logistics of the matches, so you can focus on the students. Together, we can power up esports.
Special Olympics Unified Sports gives an opportunity for students both with and without intellectual disabilities to play on the same teams and to compete as teammates, as equals. What we've noticed through esports is that we've seen a tremendous boost in attendance, academic achievement, even just social interactions amongst our students. They know that they need to come to school to be able to participate on the esports team. So that's been a big motivator for them to do well in school, show up every day, and even just the friendships that are made on the team. It's just like any other team. We have teammates that are playing their teams together. It would be great to get more schools here in New York City involved with unified esports.
What makes esports unique in our school, students get to show and practice the skills that they are learning. Skills like leadership skills, teamwork, problem solving, multitasking, and they can take these skills into the classroom and outside world when they can practice it every day to enrich their lives.
Unified Champion Schools provide schools pre-K through university with intentional opportunities to show inclusion within the schools.
And of course, if you want to learn a little bit more about how Special Olympics North America and Play Versus are working together to accomplish this for the Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools, please go ahead and visit playversus.com/SO-unified. Once again, that is playversus.com/SO-unified. You can learn more about and maybe get involved in the Special Olympics North America and Play Versus, as there are plenty more seasons to come. As we mentioned before, Billy, this has been an amazing journey with the SOUCS, and I can only foresee it continuing to go onwards. I mean, same as these two schools, Triad and Unified Canute, they're ready to go the distance as it's tied 2-2.
Yeah, no, these two teams are showing good defense, offense, and aerials. And, you know, you got to play very aggressively. And right now, these two teams are both playing very aggressively. We have a 2-all game tied.
And honestly, it started off with a bang. That's the crazy part. Started off with a very hefty bang going there for Triad. They started off very strong, got the first tiebreaker, went immediately into their next game. And now it seems like the coaches, huge shout out to the coaches of Unified Canute, this squad. Coach Morris has, I think, spoken very highly of them, but being able to adjust and say, hey, you need to start targeting Zane a little bit more. Zane hasn't had the same comfortability in space, and that's what good coaching can bring.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good coaching, and, you know, Zane is doing very good. And once again, as we talk about Zane, he's just scored with like six seconds at the start of the game, and Zane is just shelled, and Triad's up 1-0, and they got to do defense on Zane, like 2-on-1s on Zane.
Yep, this happens a lot more than we expect. I think it's just this comfortability spot of for Zane, if you find space, you're gonna make a play, and it's just so good. Sustainful, though, with a great demo to come out here, and now Andrew kind of waiting in the middle. Great save from Zane to come out. But Unified Canute, once again, finding their space, finding their aggression. Zane with the demo now on Sustainful. So it feels like both teams are just kind of going at it. And this is starting to get very, very bloody. They're starting to get much more aggressive with each other as Sustainful able to punt Zane out of that field. But Andrew back on defense, make sure that ball doesn't get close to the net.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ball placement is most important in Rocket League, and as long as you don't own goal your own net and you keep on playing aggressively, you can do wonders.
Let's see if they can do so in more ways than one. Zane the Train trying to get a little bit extra. Took that shot, wasn't able to make it land, but still chasing for it. Wheelchair able to take away Andrew, and Andrew falling to the wayside. That's going to be a nice flip, though, as Zane, comfortable space for that goal number 2.
Nice shot from Zane, and once again, he did a little bit of an aerial, then stood on the floor and shot it, and perfect, and they're up 2-0.
I mean, I can only imagine that this is going to continue even further. Right now, once again, if we're looking at Triad, they started off strong. They need to find their magic, and Zane fully unleashed here. 3 in 1.5 minutes.
I think we just give Zane the MVP right now. He's just showing off, and this is a beautiful shot from Zane. He's shooting out of nowhere, and Zane's the MVP right now.
I mean, this is just looking amazing for their own. I can't wait to see even more so of Zane, as that pinch is almost going to make their way in, but Sustainful starting to get things under control once again. Good chance up the middle, but not going to happen, as Zane is really taking center spotlight for us. Andrew sitting in front of that goal, ready to kick it out, and does. Sustainful getting back under it, but can't really get the flip that they want. Of course, both defenders kind of streak their way out 0% here. And Sustainful is just looking to try and get that pinch play once again. Teammate not in the area.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, is you need to have your teammate right there. And if your teammate's not there, you could have a double team.
Let's see if they can do even more here. Sustainful still waiting for their big breakout moment here in this game. It looked like a comfortable spot, and I'm wondering where this drop in is going to go. Wheelchair is kind of waiting, kind of searching for that moment again. Andrew right now in the net, and I love this call. It's kind of turned into this 1v1 style, which is always fun to see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You always like to see that. But defense is the key, and you have to play very aggressively.
I'm definitely curious about how this is going to play. Zane missed that ball. It's going to go a little bit sideways, a little bit of a kick on the end. Again, Andrew is here to deny. What a great bump, making sure Sustainful doesn't get under it. But that time is burning down, and the more time that burns down, the better it is for Zane and the squad. Sustainful gonna bump Zane away, but again, Zane more than happy to let that ball kind of stay in the air as long as it's not in the net.
No, absolutely, and that's the name of the game, is be perfect, or try to be perfect as best you can, and, you know, he was right there at the right time.
This is gonna be a chance and a half. Quick little peek in, around the corner, Wheelchair. Wondering where this ball is going to land. As Sustainful is starting to get challenged in their own. A huge demo to come out of Zane, though. Massive from downfield. And that means Wheelchair is going to try and complete this play on their own, but it goes off to the side. And that's yet another minute burned. Triad High School Zane single-handedly scored 3 goals in the beginning. And that's allowed Andrew to kind of sit here in front of the net, just making sure the ball doesn't go in. Really, really well thought out. And now with that defense, you make it happen.
Oh.
Zane, goal to goal.
Zane did it. He's a freight train out of nowhere. He's going from one end to the other, and that was a beautiful shot.
Crazy stuff right now. 1 minute left as Triad High School said, hey, we'll give you the tie, but we will not give you the series. We will not give you the lead. And Zane making it look so easy. Kickflip for style right over Sustainful's head.
Nice style from Zane, but I gotta give Zane the MVP of this game right now. He's scored the most goals right now, and he's doing beautifully.
I mean, crazy stuff. Let's be honest. Very, very crazy stuff here. This has been a resurgence of the Triad High School, and it looks like they're going to continue. Sustainful is able to break one in, though, and that's a huge goal. But they need a few more. It's an uphill battle. Let's see if they can climb.
Yeah, Unified Canute, they're down by 4 with 44 seconds left. They might have scored a little late, but I hope they can come back from this in 44 seconds.
I think they're going to be able to, or maybe at least get close. They know they have another game to play after this either way, so maybe you can wait there. Ball hits the corner post, not going to go in. Zane waiting. I don't know if they have enough boost. Wheelchair is going to get in the mix, forces that ball off, and reorganizes and redirects this play. 25 seconds left.
25 seconds left, and Triad, all they got to do is play defense, and they could win this game.
For right now, this is going to be that pace of play. 10 seconds left in Triad High School. It looks like they are back in the driver's seat. It took 2 games, but they've done it. Triad High School, 1 game away from taking the crown.
Triad High School was perfect. Zane was the best at shooting goals, and his tag team partner, his tag team partner right there, was wonderful.
I mean, it looked so good, and that's what we really like to see, and we hope to see more of in the future as well with the Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools. You're never too young to make an impact. The students of the Unified Generation work together to spread inclusion in their schools and communities across the country through the Inclusive Youth Leadership. And of course, looking here, we got Unified Canute fighting. They came so close. They were able to fight their way to a 2-2 scoreline, and now they're sitting at 3-2. A lot of eyes abound on Triad High School as they are just one game away from making this happen, and we are diving directly into this Game 6.
Yeah, beautiful game right now so far. The game just started, but we hope we play Zane, same game as we did before, and Canute can hopefully tie this and we can go to the 7th game.
Well, let's see if they can do it right now. Zane getting ready to try and punch their way into that final spot, into that championship berth, into the crown. They want that seat. They want that medal. Saneful, though, wants to back up and be able to fight some more. Remember, Unified Canute, they would need to win 2 more games, this one and next. They're able to complete this reverse. A little bit of shot on net, though, as Zane is going to go high. Good block to come out here by Wheelchair. Zane, though, pretty much doing all of this on their own, and they're going to challenge a little bit more. Eyes open, though, Sustainful once again being able to get to body block against them.
Yeah, no, that was a nice block right there. And if you do the demos and you play aggressively, you can win this game.
Right now, open net, though, as that is going to be Wheelchair finding the opportunity. And it's Unified Canute to start things off. Sustainful with a great pass.
It took almost 2 minutes right there, and Wheelchair was right there at the right time, and Unified Canute is up 1-0.
Oh. Right now, that's an open net, but Zane trying to get under control. Sustainful, really nice body block on that 100 boost. Making sure that there wasn't going to be a chance for Zane to make a big play. Sustainful now trying to dive in. Wheelchair going to try and take a shot at goal. Pinches it off the side. Zane can't get it in and around. Now the ball is going to be rounded back. Drifted off to the side, but Wheelchair realizes they might not be in a great spot. Sustainful tries to move it out of the way, and it does. Great block and play from Unified Canute to keep us at a 1-0 standstill for the time being.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right now it's standstill, 1-0. And Canute's got to play the defense. If they play defense and play aggressively, anything could happen. And that was a nice shot right there from Canute, and that almost went in.
Well, of course, right now, almost doesn't count as much as it does go in. That's what we want to hear right now. Quick flip over the top, and it does go in. No, it does not. What a great dig out by Triad High School. That ball was about a quarter of the way over that line. Right now, Sustainful says, hey, we're so close last time, let's make it so. Wheelchair this time puts the official stamp of approval, and it will be a 2-0 lead for Unified Canute.
That was a nice pass from Sustainful to Wheelchair, and Wheelchair scored right there, and we're up 2-0, and Canute's got to score more goals in order to take this to a Game 7.
A little bit of a test. Zane rounding out on the edge, and once again being shut down a little bit. We've seen explosiveness come out before, but that backwards angle, Zane with the back kick for style to make sure that goal doesn't go in, is now going to challenge out once more. Andrew, a little bit outside the net, is going to quickly hustle her way back to safety. What a demo. Sustainful denies Zane that chance at the cross map, but that leaves the net wide open, and the ball rolls a little bit sideways, and that's Andrew to cross the net from 0 on the board to 1, brings it close. Andrew, what a heroic goal.
That was a nice shot from Andrew right there. I thought that ball would at least get knocked out of the net, and it didn't. Nice shot from Triad.
Crazy stuff. And right now, with 2 minutes left, Triad High School could ensure that we don't go to a Game 7, that we end it here, that they get to claim their crown. Zane body punching pretty much with Sustainful. These two are fighting tooth and nail. I've never seen so many bumps with no demos between. It's crazy the number of times to see them crash into each other, and yet it's just constant battle. Sustainful now going to carry that ball in. Zane tried to bump him out. Sustainful with a great jump is now going to try and challenge out Andrew, but a demo from behind. Zane says no thank you, and now going to flip it over. Wheelchair. Sustainful though body blocks in the midfield.
That was a nice block and a nice demo right there. Usually demos work all the time, and shooting out of nowhere works.
I am terrified. This game, even though it looks so close, feels like it's worlds apart as Zane is able to spin around. Great job to find that open net, and we bring it to a 2-2 standstill.
Nice shot from Zane right there, but it bounced off Canute, and Zane was right there at the right time, and it's a 2-2 tie.
I am just heavily surprised. This is getting so close, Billy. This could be the end here. Zane hunting for a chance. That ball up in the air for so long. Zane able to collect on that boost. Sustainful though, rounding it out the right side, off on that wall, tries to go mid-range, not gonna have it. Out a boost though. So right now, Wheelchair and Sustainful have a little bit better glory on this.
Yeah, no, that's the name of the game. Is you gotta have boosts and you gotta do demos, and if you do those things, they will work perfectly.
Let's see if they can do so right now. A little bit of a chance. Eyes out. That's going to be Zane rolling it around. Andrew actually took that challenge. Sustainful trying to get it out to midfield. Wheelchair tried to go in, but that leaves the net a little bit open here. Zane sends it off to the right side, kicks it off the backboard. Is Andrew around? No, it's a chance again, but he can't get it into the mix. So right now, this kind of one-man army tactic that Zane has been running isn't going to be available, or maybe it is. What a high ball. Wheelchair can't reach it. That's the goal they need. Triad able to put the third and brings themselves up by 1, just by an inch.
Wow, that was very close. Zane was scored right there, and Unified Canute tried to defend that, and that didn't happen, and Triad's up.
I just cannot believe this. Wheelchair, though, trying to make it happen. And right now, Zane and Andrew just need to play defense. They just need to play this carefully, and they just need to hold on for 10 more seconds. A ball touching the ground. Wheelchair tried to kick it over. Andrew is there. Sustainful doesn't have anything, and it looks like that's going to be it. Billy, we have crowned our champions. It is going to be Triad High School out of Illinois. Zane and Andrew are your central champions.
Congrats to Triad High School. They played perfectly. And this was a nice game from both teams in Triad High School. Congratulations.
And honestly, it was a fantastic moment overall. Billy, we had such an amazing series. And a big shout out also to Canute, the Unified Canute side of things. Cash and Adrian did the best that they could. And we saw the fight, right, going to OTs. And you have played this game before. You know how crazy OTs can be. I mean, it gets the heart racing, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it does. OTs, sudden death overtimes, get my heart racing all the time.
Of course, and with that, though, we are done. We have crowned both the Eastern and Central champions here of the Play versus Special Olympics Unified Champions schools. It has been a pleasure to be here on the broadcast desk to bring the action to you. My name is Orbital. With me has been Billy, and we say congratulations to both Triad as well as, I believe it was Pine Grove. Yes, Pine Grove High School. Congratulations on your victories here today. We hope to see you in the future as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a fantastic evening.
So long.